Hey guys, Bobby here. Today I just kind of wanted to talk about kind of like my everyday carry rotation and how it's changed over time and we'll just go from there. But pretty much at first I started off carrying, a small knife. And carried this Delica. I really liked it. It's very handy, super light, and it really got me into Spyderco's. So I went up to something bigger. I kept hearing about the paramilitary, and I love this thing. I still love this thing. I mean, it is great. But you know, uh, so it got me into bigger knives. I started carrying, bigger knives like the CQC 15. That's a massive knife right there, and falling in love with that kind of made me carry, the Mini 15. So I started appreciating smaller knives, and just how well they fit in your pocket and everything. But so I started kind of going to smaller knives, and in that, I'll say, even when I carried this, one time I was at work, and somebody asked me, well, they asked, "Hey, does anyone have a knife? I need it." It was a lady, and I happen to have my paramilitary. I pulled it out, and I could tell her reaction, and she actually said it. She was like, "Oh my God, that's a weapon." So there's that perception out there of, I don't know, I guess, people are timid or scared about knives. And even though, of course, that's not a weapon for me, it's a utility knife. But people perceive it, that way. Even if they're dressed up, you know. It's that big blade, I think, that intimidates people sometimes. For me, you could pull out a knife and, it might look intimidating, but I'm not going to be intimidated by it. But that's just me, Other people don't necessarily share those same views. And so, lately now I've been carrying kind of, fancier, fancier knives. And you can pull this out anywhere in front of anyone, and they're just going to say, "Man, that's nice." No matter who they are. They're just going to, not perceive it as a weapon, But, and then, so after that, I was carrying this one day, and I was in the break room, and somebody had asked, they had one of those huge fruit containers, and it has that cellophane type of stuff that wraps it, keeps the fruit fresh in there. And, it was a lady, and she said, "Does anyone have a knife?" And this is all I had. But remembering the reaction from that, I didn't pull this out. And, because I knew, and another guy had a small CRKT, I think it was a small CRKT, and he pulled it out and they opened it up. But, I had one right there, and I just didn't say anything. Which actually brought me to start carrying two knives. Sometimes I'll carry this because I know it's I've said it, sheeple friendly. And, so if it's paired up with a more aggressive looking knife, I could pull this out. But, and even now I'm carrying this knife, which is, I mean, it's just beautiful, no matter how you look at that. I mean, that is just, I guess I'm moving more towards gentleman folders, I used to, and some people, will go back to the weapon, "Oh my God, that's a weapon." I don't carry a knife, 99.9999999% of the time, you will probably never need your knife for self-defense. And I mean, so it's a utility knife. Am I above using it for self-defense? No. I mean, if it meant for me coming home, seeing, people that love me, no, I'm not above that. If I had to, I would use any of these. you know, the techno if I had to. That's all I had, and I knew this is, you know, what's gonna get me home. Someone trying to rob me or something like that. No, I'm not above that. You know, I hear people say I would never use it. I would, but you know, I do carry a gun, and you know, I mean, so that's for self-defense. But you know, so my taste in knives has changed over time, I guess. I started off small, started going bigger and even bigger. And, you know, or I guess that's probably the biggest one, but, and these aren't just all the knives I carry. This kind of represents, you know, some of the knives I've been carrying. And, you know, now I'm back to, you know, right around the 3-inch, 2.5-inch blades. And, you know, I just like it. But I just wanted to talk about kind of, I guess, my evolution in carrying knives, and you know, see what you guys think, and you know, share what you guys you know, if you've had similar experiences. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks. Bye.